Hello friends, welcome back, and if you're new to our channel, thank you for stopping by. Today I'm going to share with you a beautiful crocheted granny square, and with it we are going to make a beautiful table runner. So this is the granny square, so let us begin. Now I've taken my yellow yarn with which I am going to make a magic ring. That is done. After that I am going to chain 3. 1, 2 and 3. We all know a chain of 3 is also counted as 1 double crochet. After that I am working 1 double crochet. Then I am going to chain 1. And similarly I am going to work 2 number of double crochet into the magic ring. As the second one. Now I am going to chain 1 and I am going to repeat the process again, working 2 number of double crochet, chain 1. So this is to be done until we have 8 sets of such double crochet. So here again a double crochet, 2 set of double crochet is done. I'm going to chain 1 and work 2 number of double crochet again, followed by a chain of 1 and again working 2 number of double crochet. So let's count how many, 3, 4, 5, again chain 1. We can pull the tail of the magic ring to make the ring smaller. Chain 1. After that I am working 2 number of double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sets are complete. After that I chain 1 and I am going to work 2 number of double crochet. That's the first one. This is the second one. So we have completed working 8 sets of double crochets. After that I chained 1. Now what we need to do is I am going to slip stitch into the topmost chain of the very first chain of 3. So that's the slip stitch. After that I pull the tail of the magic ring to tighten it, and then I chained 1 to secure, and then here I snip off the yarn. So the very first step of the granny square is complete. Moving on to the next step, I am ready with my new yarn. The slip knot is already done. Now we can just start working in any of the chain 1 gaps. Here I attach my yarn, new yarn, and I am going to chain 3. Now chain 3 will be counted as 1 double crochet. After that in the same space I am working 1 double crochet, which is followed by another double crochet. So we already have 3 double crochets. Now this is the 4th one, that is if we are counting the first chain of 3. After that I worked the 5th double crochet. That is done. Now after that I am going to jump into the next chain 1 space and work 5 number of double crochet. These are the petals that we are working, and we need to work 5 number of double crochets in the chain 1 space. See how simple, how easy it is. So the second petal is also complete. Now let's move on to the next chain 1 space where I am going to work 5 number of double crochet. Once the 5 double crochets are done, our third petal will also be complete. Working the final double crochet. So that's done. Now in the similar manner we need to work in all the chain 1 spaces. I have already worked 3, 4, 5, 6 petals. Now two spaces are left where I'll be working 2 more petals. This is the 7th petal that I am working. 3 double crochets already done. This is the 4th one, and finally the 5th one. Now let's move on to the final space, chain space, where I am going to work 5 double crochets. This is the second one, followed by the third double crochet, that's the fourth double crochet, and the fifth one. So it's done. If we count, we have 8 petals. After that, I am going to slip stitch in between the 2 double crochets. That means the first chain of 3 and the second double crochet, and then I chain 1, and then I am going to snip off the yarn. So our second step of the granny square is also done. Now I'll be introducing a new yarn, and it has to pass from the point where the 2 double crochets had been worked in the very first step. I chained 1. Now I'm going to pass my hook from or in between the 2 yellow double crochets done, and then I am working a single crochet. See, after that I am going to chain. So let's count the chain. That's the first, second, third, fourth, and the fifth. So 5 number of chains are done. After that I am again going to work a single crochet by passing my hook in between the 2 double crochets. I pull up a loop, and that's done. After that I'm going to chain 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then the hook is passed in between the 2 yellow double crochets, and then we pull up a loop. That's a single crochet there. After that I am going to work a chain of 5 again and pass the hook again through the 2 yellow double crochets, and then I work a single crochet. So this is how it is to be done. Looks a bit complicated, but once you work you will see that it is not at all tough. It is quite easy and simple. There goes the hook. Then we pull up a loop and yarn over, pull through. Simple. Again chain 5. The hook is passed in between the 2 double crochets. We pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through. So in the similar manner we are going to work all around, and here I have reached the starting point. Finally I am chaining 5, and now I am going to slip stitch into the very first chain space. So this is done. Now what we need to do is I am going to continue with my green yarn. So here it is. I am going to do a chain of 1, and then I am going to jump into the chain 5 space and work a single crochet. After that I am going to chain 2. Now that will be counted as 1 double crochet. After that I am going to work another double crochet. The first chain of 3 is counted as 1 double crochet. After that 1 double crochet I work, followed by another double crochet. After that I chained 2. Now I am going to work 3 number of double crochet in the same chain space, or the chain 5 space. So what we did basically is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Now I am going to jump into the next chain 5 space and work 3 number of half double crochet. So let's do yarn over and then working 1 half double crochet. This is the second one and then the third one. So 3 half double crochet is done. After that I am going to chain 1, followed by 3 number of half double crochet. 1, 2, and that's the third half double crochet. Once that is done, I am going to work the corner again. that is yarn over. I'm going to work 3 number of double crochet like how I had done in the beginning. 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Actually that's the second corner in making. Chain 2 is done. Now I'm going to continue making 3 number of double crochet in the same space. So this is how it is to be done. This is the sequence that we need to follow. Now I'm going to jump into the next chain 5 gap and work 3 number of half double crochet. That's the first, this is the second and the third half double crochet. After that I am going to chain 1 and work 3 number of half double crochet again in the same space. This is the third half double crochet. Now I'm going to jump into the next chain 5 space and work my third corner, that is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So this is the process that is to be repeated. So let's continue working following the sequence. So here I have finished working one of my corner again. I'm going to hop into the space and work my 3 half double crochet, chain 1, 3 half double crochet. After that I am going to work the corner again in that point. So we know what we need to do, that is 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. Chain 2 is done. Now I'm going to work 3 number of double crochet. That's the first, which will be followed by 2 more double crochets. So here it is done. Now let's move on to the final chain 5 space where I am going to work 3 number of half double crochet followed by a chain of 1 and again 3 number of half double crochet. That's the first one, followed by the second and the third half double crochet. So that's done. Now what we need to do is I am going to slip stitch into the very first chain that was formed, and then I am going to chain 1 and then snip off the yarn. So this part of the granny square is complete. I'm going to snip off the yarn and then I'm going to work with a new yarn. So here I am already ready with a slip knot and I am going to introduce it right in the corner. And I am going to chain 3, which will be counted as 1 double crochet. After that I am working another double crochet and this is the third one. That means a chain of 3 plus 2 double crochet has been worked. Now let us make the corner, for which I chain 2 and I'll be working 3 number of double crochet in the same chain gap. So our first corner is done. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to hop into the next gap and work 3 number of double crochet. So that is done. After that what we need to do is I am going to hop into the next space and work 3 number of double crochet again. That's the chain 1 space, and then I am going to jump into the next gap that is present in between the half double crochets and the double crochets of the previous round, and there I am going to work 3 number of double crochet. So that's complete. Now let's work the second corner. where I'll be working 3 number of double crochet. This is the second and the third double crochet. After that I am going to chain 2, and then I'm going to work 3 number of double crochet in the same space. So our second corner is also ready. Now I am going to hop into the next gap where I am going to work 3 number of double crochets again. And now into the chain 1 space, 3 number of double crochet there, and now into the next space which is present between the half double crochets and the double crochets, and there too I am going to make 3 number of double crochets. That's the third one, and then finally into the corner again. So this is the process that is to be repeated all around. Following the sequence, I'm working the corner, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So here my third corner is also complete, and I am quite close to the starting point. Now what we need to do is, all the corners are done, first, second, third, fourth is also done. Now I'm working my final double crochets, 3 number of double crochets in the space which is between the half double crochet and the double crochet. And now what I'm going to do is, I am going to slip stitch into the gap between the first chain of 3 and the double crochet. After that I am going to skip 2 chain space so that I can reach the corner, and there I am going to chain 3, which should be counted as 1 double crochet followed by 2 number of double crochet. So our 3 double crochet for the corner is almost done. Yes. After that I am going to chain 2 as we had done in the previous round, and work 3 number of double crochet again in the same space. Yes, so our first corner is complete. Now I'm going to jump into the gap between the double crochets of the previous round, and there I am going to work 3 number of double crochet. It's a very simple process. So my 3 double crochet is done. Now hopping into the gap between the 2 double crochets of the previous round again, and there simply I'm going to work 3 double crochets. So similarly we need to work in the same sequence all around. This is how it is looking. Now I need to work another batch of 3 double crochet. That's the third one, and then I am going to work the corner. Very simple, 3 double crochet, chain 2, 1 and 2, and again 3 number of double crochet. So this is how it is to be worked till we reach the starting point. And now I'll be working my third corner. And so my third corner is also complete, and finally I am near my starting point. Here I'm working my last batch of 3 double crochets. After that I am going to slip stitch between the chain of 3 and the double crochet. After that I chain 1 and I am going to snip off the yarn. See how beautiful our granny square looks. and this granny square can be used for numerous projects. So my whole lot of granny squares that I need for this project is ready. It is up to you. If you want a bigger project, you have to work more number of granny squares. See how nice it is looking. Beautiful. Now I have 14 granny squares ready, and now I'm going to assemble them in this fashion diagonally, and then we just need to stitch them. For stitching, we are going to face the right sides of the granny square towards each other and then work with our tapestry needle. So my stitching is complete here. See how nice it is looking, but the edges are still raw, so I am going to work on the edges of my project, for which we need to start from one end, and I'm going to show you how it is to be done. Very simple. And this can be placed at any of your tables. See, what I did is, first of all, I did a slip stitch. After that, I chained. Wait, I'm going to show you. Somehow I missed that video. I don't know how it got deleted, that part. And here I'm going to show you what is to be done. We are going to chain 1, 2, 3 and then hop into the gap and work a single crochet. So it is very easy. 1, 2, 3 and hop into the gap and work a single crochet. That is all we have to do. So nothing hard. It is very easy. 1, 2, 3 and we are going to hop into the available space or the gaps, because those are the gaps where we are going to work our single crochet. So here it is. Again, I'm going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3 and hop into the next gap, and here I have reached the starting point. So what I need to do is I am just going to slip stitch into the very first chain of 3 and then chain 1 before I snip off the yarn. So what we did in this round is we worked a chain of 3 and did a single crochet all around our work. So my beautiful table runner is ready. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to tuck the loose ends with the help of the tapestry needle. Once the edges are done, it is looking more refined, and you can place this in your dining table, in your tea table, or anywhere you wish to. If you want a larger project, you have to increase your number of granny squares. These granny squares can also be used for making beautiful cushion covers, blankets, throws. It is going to look equally beautiful. So my dear friends, I hope you all enjoyed the video as much as I did showing it to you. If so, do give a thumbs up, share it with your friends and family members. If you are new to our channel, do consider subscribing and stay tuned for more of interesting videos. So till we meet again, it is bye bye for today.